next team of distinction this evening is the 1967 Queens College baseball team. And joining me up here to talk a little bit about the squad is team member Alan Hort. Alan? Okay. Alan, 1967, big year for Queens College baseball. That's about 50 years ago, by my math. Yeah. Record of 13-4 that year, 8-0 in conference play. Knickerbocker Conference title. That was the first baseball title in Queens College baseball history. Can you talk a little bit about some of the teams that you played and beat that year? There was a couple of pretty big name teams that you did a good job against.
Well, the big game for us was playing St. John's, which is a Division I team. Obviously, we were Division III. So whenever you went up against Division I, you really had nothing to lose, but if you beat them, that was a big game. And when we played them, there was only 2 games left in the season. And St. John's was ranked number 2 in Division I. And our record was 12-3 at the time. And we had St. John's and then one more game after that. And there were rumors going around that if we won the last 2 games, there was a good chance we'd get invited to the Division III Small College World Series. So that game was at St. John's, and they weren't really taking us serious because Division III. But we were pretty confident. We had our number 1 pitcher, Howie Olson, who you'll hear from later, pitching for us. And the game went into the 9th inning. We were up by 1 run, and there was a man on second and 1 out. And Doc Tierney, our coach, took Howie, put him in left field, brought in Jerry Trains, left-handed pitcher, to get the top hitter out of lefty, and he struck him out. Then he brought Howie back in, and Howie was very happy nothing got hit the left field, right, Howie?
Absolutely.
And he got the last out. So we won that game. Unfortunately, we then lost to Columbia the next day, and we never got a bid. But it was great to beat them. And by the way, the next year, they came to Queens College in '68, threw their number 1 pitcher against us to make sure they won.
That's not too bad. 50 years later, and he remembers every detail of the game.
How many years?
So talk a little bit about what it was like to be part of the team that year, and what made it special playing with that bunch of guys.
Well, it really was special. I mean, we were all, no scholarships. Like I said, Division III. Almost everybody was local, Long Island, Queens, Brooklyn, whatever. And as the year went on, we just gelled. We just started playing well. When you're winning, the camaraderie, the chemistry is always great. When you're losing, then things happen. So we just kept winning, and winning the Knickerbocker Conference, that game at St. John's. As a matter of fact, after we beat St. John's, we were ranked number 9 in the country, small college, which was an amazing accomplishment. I don't think the Queens College team was ever ranked nationally.
Well, great memories. Thanks, Alan. And now I'd like to invite the entire 1967 Queens College baseball team to come on up and accept their Hall of Fame honor.
We had a lot of talented people on the team. That's not what I want to focus on because I want to focus on Coach Tierney. But I will say that on our team, we had 4 people who got major league tryouts. Pretty amazing for Queens College team 50 years ago. We had 4 two-sport people that played both baseball and basketball. We had MVPs in each of the sports, captains in each of the sports. So we were a pretty talented group of guys that gelled with a great coach. And it's the coach that I want to pay homage to a little bit. Like, I asked the guys to email me stories about Doc Tierney, who's no longer with us, but who we felt very special about. And so I'd like to give you some of the stories that were sent to me. Some of them are funny and some of them are poetic, but I'll give you what I got. One of the fellows told me that Doc Tierney ordered the pitcher to walk the next batter as a strategic move until he realized that the bases were loaded. And that's not a good idea. Now, these aren't my stories. This is from the guys that sent it to me. My own personal story with Doc was I used to love to steal bases. I probably stole 20, 30 bases in a season, and he gave me carte blanche, which means you can go anytime you want, steal any base you want, until I got picked off twice in a row off of first base. The first time, I was tagged out. The second time, somehow I made it to second. They dropped the ball. And when I got back to, after the inning was over, Doc pulled me over and he goes, come here. He goes, do you like carte blanche? I said, yes. He said, you want to keep carte blanche? I said, yes. He said, do not get picked off again. So there was a Doc that could be very firm and tough too, besides a great guy that we all love. One of the fellows, and again, I don't know if this is true or not, but he wrote me and he said, he believes Doc made a comment to this effect: behind every great team is a great manager. I don't know, he didn't say it to me, but that's what one of the fellows emailed me. These are a little more poignant stories about Doc. This is from Roman Zula, who was a two-sport guy. Apparently, he got spiked bad. Roman was a catcher, and Doc Tierney insisted on driving Roman to the hospital to get stitched up. After he got stitched up, he then drove Roman home. This is your manager, this is amazing. And he then had cookies and milk with Roman's mom, and she insisted he take a bag of cookies home with him, which Doc did. So Doc was a coach, but he was also like a father to us. We love Doc. What Roman says at the end, which I think is also poignant, is we were all sons to Doc Tierney. He would do anything for us, and we felt that Doc, we would do anything for him. And I mean, some of these stories I did not know. I didn't go with Roman to the hospital. Jerry Trains has a similar story. He was a star first baseman. He said, he slid and severely injured his ankle. He had to go to the hospital. Doc put him in his own private car, took him to an orthopedic specialist who Doc Tierney knew. He received, this is Jerry's words, celebrity treatment to make him better and take care of his injury. Doc waited with him hours until he was done in order to take him home and pick him up. And then this is the other Doc we found out about. So Jerry says he hits the longest home run of his life. He's feeling very proud. Doc told him, Jerry was with his dad, Doc said, that was the longest ball I've ever seen hit out of Queens College. And thank God for that, otherwise there's no other way in the world you would have made it around the bases, Jerry. Doc could be a wise guy too. And finally, Howie Elson has one cute story about Doc. Before we would break for the game, Doc would kneel and say a prayer amongst us all. And he'd end the prayer by making the sign of the cross and go get him, let's go get him. Yeah, so Howie said Doc made such an impression on him that he let Howie bat. Howie started making the sign of the cross. He then Howie struck out. It didn't work for him. Howie thought it must be the wrong parish. Anyhow, we love Doc.